Hi, it's Neil Franklin here, a student of Riazanov, with Bobby Wilson, who's produced the ballistic combat system videos over the years. And today we're getting a lot of questions about the applications, simple applications of ballistic strikes. Things like, my strike feels like a push, I don't have the snap in it. And what we want to do today is go through some of the basics, reiterate some of the basics. So for those of you out there who are just starting this, you can see the basic mechanics of how you would throw what we term a ballistic strike. And let's deal with the terminology first. A lot of people, when they punch, they push. I'll give you an example. And I'm not picking on any martial art now. This could be, some boxers push, some karate guys, whatever. I'm not talking about the art itself, but more how some people just don't punch correctly. And they end up driving a punch through, and the guy goes back. On the other end of the scale, you've got people who, relax Bob, you'll be fine. Right, it's good body armor. On the other end of the scale, you've got people who seem to put so much energy back and they snap their punches in. And you see a lot of this in some of the non-contact martial arts, which for obvious reasons, that's why it's called non-contact or light contact. But either way, when it comes down to utilizing this stuff, you have to make sure it does the job. Now the term ballistic originated from by Val, because he was talking about the almost implosion of the strike when it comes in, it hits you in the body, or is it explosion? It's one of them anyway. And when the strike goes in, it creates this burst of energy. So one of the things that we're very conscious of not teaching is to punch through the target, because if you punch through the target, you can end up pushing, and you end up more with this driving motion that sounds good, looks good, but in the end, the guy just goes back and then comes back again. You don't really want that. The whole aspect of the ballistic strike is to simply drop the energy into the body. You can see there with just a little tap, yeah, without the body armor. If I change the angle to this side, I can do the same thing. If you just put your, so I can hit you on the rib cage here, I can come over to this side, and they're just they look light strikes, but they're not, as you'll testify.
Yeah, no, right.
So one of the most simple applications for these strikes is, let's take the normal or a normal situation that we encounter street fighters encounter every day. You're in a bar, you're in somewhere, the guy's coming up to you, you know things now are not looking very good. His intention is to rip your head off with some object, or just simply crack you in the jaw. But they usually, some of these guys are nice, they give you the start of this, and they start the pushing match, you know. So you get this, and oh no, here we go again now. Now you know it's all going to go crazy. So what we want to do is be able to get something very quickly into the opponent that will give you the split second to do something else, or just get out of there. So one of the best applications is simply to take this arm here and extend it like a piston. Now you can keep the shoulder back, because that way, if the shoulder stays back, the arm will extend out. If the shoulder goes, you're at risk of one, off balancing yourself, or pushing. Now it's not to say you can't throw the shoulder in, because you can, but you need to understand how to deliver the strike first. So if you've got somebody who's, you know, you're fortunate enough to have good body armor, you can practice this every single day. And I'm just standing normally, and all I'm going to do is just throw that hand forward, nice and lightly. But it's heavy, you see? The shoulder is back, I'm still balanced, but if I choose to, I can come on one leg, I can come on this side, okay? And you're going to fall over, so don't worry about it, okay? That's what's going to happen. So you've got to practice the straight extension. And if you feel this from the other side, describe it.
It's deep.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not.
So here we'll do a push. I'll do now a different hit. It might look a bit heavier, but it's not going to hurt him as much.
No, there's like nothing behind that.
Right? There's nothing there. So now from the straight strike here, which just goes straight into the stomach, the rib cage, left hand, which is very good. We can have the fist coming vertically in here. We can have it twisting. Right? Get a little bit deeper, yeah, because you can just that little touch. And then we can start thinking, right, how do we use it? Well, as this gap is closing, I can be sitting here like this, having a chat, thinking, right, what's going to happen now? He comes up to me. I can do different things with my arms folded. I've talked about this in articles, and so does Val. But we're going to assume that you're in a position now where you're here. And this is the sort of situation you get into. As he comes in, I have the opportunity to get that strike in quick. But I want to bring him in closer because I don't want him to stay back. I want him to actually come in. And if he makes a move with his right hand, I can get that quick strike in. If he comes in again, I can hit him this way. The whole idea is to get that strike in into his body. Now, if you've got heavy jackets on and things like that, you may need to change the target or the tactic. The tactic might be something more into the throat with a knife, with the fingers, okay? But we're dealing with the simple strikes today. So, as he comes, you have your lead here, your second here. That gives you the opportunity to go for the face. You have, coming again, 2 quick fire shots, and then bang, you can elbow him, or do whatever you have to do. If the punch does get in, and you've left it too late, and you do get a hit, okay? All you can hope for, and this has happened to me once, it was many years ago. I got cracked on the jaw, went down here, didn't get knocked out, by the way, came back in and cracked the guy on the head and broke my hand, so that wasn't a good move. What I've since learned from Mr. Riazanov is you can ride the shot and you can still come back. It's not ideal, by the way, because you don't want to get hit, but this is fighting, this is what happens. So the simple application, stand square, as he comes in, bang. And all you have to do to practice is this. I'm trying to work my good hand, so you want, the left is a great strike because it can come as he comes in.
Which up, this one?
Yeah, as he comes in, boom, it's there, it's quick. And what you can do from here is straight up to the jaw. Now, the simple, I'll use the right, bang, and again. And it's a relaxed, heavy strike. Now I can add more motion, and now more of a chopping effect as it comes in. And now hit him down a bit more, but you're getting more advanced now.
You feel it.
You feel it come down.
Yeah, when you change angles,
yeah,
you can actually feel your organs.
So your whole idea, to practice this, you could just stand there with the partner, have him, don't let him move, and just practice dropping shots down on him, feeling heavy. Put them in dead straight, twist them, remain balanced, try to stay back. You want to not telegraph this, so don't pull your hands up, leave them from here. From here, look, we can go up. Very hard to show on a pad, like an uppercut, but this goes right into the body and upwards. Very, 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 very bad, right? You've got the side here, the ribs, so if he is throwing that big right hand and you do manage to step it, you can stick one straight in the ribs there. And that, we do that in slow motion. Works perfectly. From there, same thing again. 1, there's a 2. And now, let's do some other arts. Let's take boxing, for example, okay? And boxers have, in my experience, they have very, very fast hands. And they've got this very quick left hook that seems to come out of nowhere. And again, that's a great shot if you've got the time and the confidence to do it and you're conditioned enough. But you're getting now into a different realm because the target's smaller here and you've got to be very quick to catch him on the way in. His right cross is what he's going to throw in. That's his first. Well, sometimes they bowl it over the top, like they swing it over and crack. You do that one? And that's usually if a guy's running into you. So if he comes in, bam, there's the stop. So come in at a bit of speed now, boy. Come in. Okay? 2 shots, I slightly angle my body off to get away from that right hand. I kept my chin slightly down, coming again slowly. So bam, bam. If he comes back with a left, I have to move. Maybe something else, I don't know. You can't pre-arrange these things, they just occur. But the best defense, come in a bit faster, come harder.
What the?
Yeah. I want you to now almost run at me. Run. Yeah? His momentum now is going you a good favour. Yeah? You've got less work to do. Now I'm keeping it that simple for this purpose today. So let's go over it again. The arm is down by the side. It's like a piston. The shoulder will stay back and it comes out there. Straight in. And if you just do this, just to feel the motion, the speed and the heaviness of the shot comes from keeping relaxed, and I can add more motion if I want to. I haven't the time for that, so this one is good. All right? From here, you've got shots that say that right hand has come across and I've got under it. I can come back under the ribs with what we call like a hammer fist. And there's many, many more applications. But again, whether it's the left, it's the right, it's a great, he's getting a bit weary now. And then you can practice the variation, just twisting it out. So you'll see Val, many times, just tap somebody and they're gone. That shock effect, and that
it's
comes
night
from
and day.
Yeah.
It's from a straight and then a twist.
Yeah, the twist is excellent, but I don't want you to think about twisting your hand. Just simply make the shot, get it in there, and then wonder, what's coming next? Who's over there? Who's over there? You don't want to get tangled up with this guy doing this, and his friend comes around and knocks you over the head with a piece of wood or whatever. So keep your awareness, stand up. It's very difficult for some guys, and I hear a lot of people also say, well, I'm small, I haven't got the weight. And I said, well, yeah, I'm short, but yeah, okay, I'm over 200 pounds. But it's simple physics, if the faster you accelerate that mass, the more force you're going to generate. So don't get carried away with it to try and be the hardest puncher in the world by going, right? You don't need it. This is why it's so beautiful. You can simply just accelerate the hand. You come in, and you can stop him. He comes in again. 2. Again. Keep coming. You can put 4 into him. But you're not going to keep, what you'll probably do is from the one you'd go up and hit the head. Try and train in balance, because in training it's the best way to learn how to do it optimally. And then one leg. Yeah? So you've got the ability to come this way and you still can hit. So there's so many applications and angles that you can utilize. You don't have to go too crazy. Now, do you get people say to me, right, we've got great power with this little move here, what if I put the body behind it? Well, look, yeah, of course it will be more, but you haven't that time to think. This is combat, this is not the gym. If you're a boxer, yeah, you want the weight behind it because you want to have the ballistic element with the body coming in, but you're not going to have that luxury necessarily if you're out in the street environment. So always work short distances. Bring him in even closer. You're here now. Now, I'm going to work on the strikes. This is not necessarily the way I would deal with him if he's this close. I like the good old headbutt. I think it's nice. But look, you've still got that same little angle shot there. And it can come anywhere around the side. They're very short, quick punches. Again, is one of my favourites. Or even simply just to headbutt him in the chest and take him down that way, or leave him there with a nice groin kick for good measure. But work the ranges, and here's the last part of it. So your arm is there, just a little bit flexed in the elbow so it can go in. So you need to know your own range. So if he comes in, now there's the right. Now, as the right hand comes across, I can guide this. There's a lot of that covered in the Ballistic Street Defense drills. The left can come in. I don't necessarily have to block. I can simply guide and then return. But they're later drills and we'll cover more of that. But again, simple, nice and relaxed. Throw it out there. You'll find, and you'll know when it's right, because the feedback will be within your own shot. And obviously the feedback of your partner. So I hope that answers some of the questions that people have written in and asked. And again, any problems there, or any other questions, just email us and we'll do another video for you.